Hello, spooky friends. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am doing a special collab today with Mercedes from A Look at the Clays.
Hi guys, my name is Mercedes and my channel is called A Look at the Clays. I'm super excited to do this collab and I just wanted to introduce myself. My channel is about motherhood and lifestyle. I do recipes, DIYs, cleaning, and vlogs. So come over to my channel and see my fall treats and all the good things that we are making. Also check out some other videos that I have and come over to my channel. I will see you guys over there.
I'm gonna post her channel link in my description so you could check her out. As you might know, I'm participating in Vlogtober this year. Mercedes and I thought it'd be fun to do a video where we're each doing like DIY fall treats. So Mercedes is going to be doing a bunch of stuff over on her channel, and like I said, I'm going to put her link in the description so you could check her video out after you've watched this one. But me, what do you think? I'm baking. So my son and I use Raddish as part of his cooking, science, math, life skills curriculum. Not spawned, by the way. However, I am going to put a referral code in the description box as well in case you want to get a discount on your first box. Just saying. But this recipe we've actually had since last year and we haven't made it yet. So I decided that I'm gonna make it with you guys for this video today. You all know I love to either succeed spectacularly or fail spectacularly whenever I bake something for the first time. Hence why I record it for my channel and you guys get to share the experience with me. So this is cinnamon swirl pumpkin bread, and I really like that it's got this little fold out situation. It's not entirely visual. You do have to be able to read the directions or have someone read them to you. But it's got a visual to go along with what's going on here. It's got your list of ingredients, your list of tools, and I've gone and I've prepared all of them here for us before we get started. Now, as you may or may not know, perhaps you're new to my channel, but my son is on the autism spectrum and he has a few food allergies and even more food aversions. So in this house, as a rule, we avoid gluten, dairy, and soy. I'm also on a dairy-free keto diet, although I am probably going to taste this, not gonna lie. Not exactly low carb, although it will be dairy-free. As such, the recipe calls for milk, but we're going to be using unsweetened vanilla almond milk. And instead of regular all-purpose flour, I'm going to be using this King's Arthur flour, which is a gluten-free flour mix. I've actually never used this before. Typically when I do gluten-free baking, I'll either use almond flour or coconut flour. But you really need to be able to mess around with the ratios of those in order to get the recipes right. I opted for this instead for this recipe because it says that it's a 1-to-1 ratio to regular flour. So this says that we're going to be actually mixing, cooking, etc. for 15 minutes and then it bakes for an hour. So the hands-on time is actually just 15 minutes. So this is a great idea if you want to make this with your kiddos as well. And like I said, this is just one of many recipes. I really highly recommend that you try Raddish. Even if you don't use my code, that's fine. Just go check them out. They actually also have some recipes just online in the same format with the visuals and everything if you want to try it that way first for free and see if you like it. But this is great and it's a lot of fun to do with the kiddos. So let's get started. First thing we're gonna do, preheat the oven to 350. I've already done that. And then it says grease loaf pan with cooking spray. I've got my loaf pan here covered in stuff and I am gonna spray it with my handy dandy avocado oil spray, but I think I also want to put some parchment down because it seems that for some reason, no matter how much I grease it, my bread always sticks when I use this guy. So I'm gonna take some precautions. There's probably a neater or more professional way to do that, but I don't mind if the bread is ugly as long as it actually comes out of the loaf. So next step, stir flour, baking soda, pumpkin pie spice, and salt in medium bowl. So I've got a small, medium, and large bowl here. It says that I'm gonna need all three. So let's kind of make our situation a little less messy here. So we need 1.5 cups of flour. This This is great, like I said, if you're homeschooling for like math, science, etc. Because for example, I'm using a 1/4 cup. I needed a 1.5 cups of flour. So that's how many 1/4 cups? Math. And now we need a teaspoon each of the pumpkin pie spice and of the baking soda, and then 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt. I really don't mind using a little too much pumpkin spice, to be honest. And our salt. So we're mixing this and then setting it aside. So there's our dry ingredients. Next step, we're going to crack 2 eggs into our large bowl. And our hens are on strike. Again, if you've been following my channel, you know that we keep hens in our yard, and that's usually the source of our organic eggs. But every once in a while, hens do go on strike and they won't lay, so Whole Foods to the rescue. Alright, now we're meant to add a 1/2 cup of sugar to this egg, which is how many 1/4 cups, class? 2. 1, 2, and then brown sugar. How much do we need? A 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 cup of milk, 3/4 cup of canola oil, and a cup of pumpkin. So that's all gonna go into the bowl with the egg. I feel like this is loads of sugar, to be honest. Maybe it's because I'm not used to cooking or eating sugar anymore. But it is going to make 12 servings. So when you consider that, I guess it's not too terrible as a treat. It's the holidays. Have fun. So we're going to add our flour mixture into our egg mixture and stir until just combined. So I'm actually not going to use the whisk for this. I'm going to use the spatula so that I could be a little more gentle with it. It's still just a tiny bit lumpy, but I don't want to risk over mixing it, so I'm going to leave it alone right now. So now we're going to take our small bowl, and in here we're going to take 1/3 cup of sugar and a 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. By the way, not sure if you knew this because I only just recently learned, but apparently 1.5 teaspoons is 1/2 tablespoon. So we're working on fractions, see? So we've got our cinnamon sugar here, and it smells divinely autumnal. And that is going to create the cinnamon swirl part of our pumpkin bread. So we're going to take our batter. We're going to pour about half into the parchment lined loaf. Gonna spread that out. We're going to sprinkle this on top. Again, this seems like an obscene amount of sugar to me, but what do I know? We're not eating cinnamon sugar swirl pumpkin bread every day, am I right? Treat yourself. Now we're coming back with the rest of our batter, and we're going to kind of sandwich that cinnamon sugar in. Alright guys, so there it is, ready to go into the oven, which has preheated to 350, and it's going to be in there for 60 to 70 minutes till you poke it with a toothpick in the center and the toothpick comes out clean. Once it comes out, you wait for it to cool 15 minutes and then you can slice. Officially it's done. It passed the toothpick test and it's been resting for 15 minutes, so it's ready to slice. With the parchment paper, I could just lift it right up, peel this back. Perfect. It fully smells like autumn in here in the best possible way. If I could bottle this smell and just spray it whenever anybody was coming over, that would be so. I'm tempted to slice it in its 12 slices already, just so that I can portion control it while it's still whole. So let me attempt to do that. Another chance to practice my fractions. Okay, it feels like it's still a little too hot to slice. I'm trying to do it in halves and then quarters, and then each quarter into 3, and that'll give me 12 slices. But I do want to show you guys this cross section here. Look how pretty that looks. So there's our batter, there's our cinnamon sugar swirl, and there's the rest of the batter on top. It looks like it's very, very moist. It is bready, but also kind of cakey. This is not keto at all, but because it is dairy and gluten-free, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a taste. That is incredible. Like my dad says, con un cafecito negro. It's amazing. The pumpkin, the cinnamon, of course the sugar, and then you get that change of texture in the middle from the cinnamon sugar. It's almost got a little bit of a grit to it, a little bit of a crunch. It's so good. Now normally when I bake, it's to give away. This is going to be at our house until it's gone. This is dangerous. I'm gonna have to get some to my parents. I'm gonna have to make it disappear somehow because I don't know if I can trust myself around this. It's that good. And I'm very happy to report that gluten-free flour worked great. I can't tell texturally or taste-wise that it's not a regular like pumpkin cinnamon loaf. I think that you'd be hard-pressed to find someone that would say, wow, it's great, except blank, you know, like there's no telling this apart from any other autumnal treat as far as the gluten or dairy content. Overall, I'm very, very happy with the recipe. Almost too happy. And I very likely will be making this again. So thanks so much to Mercedes from A Look at the Clays for this collab opportunity. Please check out my description box so you guys can get a link to her channel and you can see what her fall DIY video is all about. I hope you guys enjoyed this bake with me. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I'd also love it if you would subscribe and click the notification bell because I post at least 3 times a week and I'm posting every day in October and I wouldn't want you to miss a minute. Thanks again for watching. Bye!